was funny because I had two like energy drinks ready, right? And I'm like, just in case, like by the 6 or 7 hour mark, I'd start to crash. But like, I still had the energy to keep going, and I'm like, you know what? And like, it also kind of helped that the chat also was like energetic too, and was having a ton of fun. So I think
Yeah.
50-50 sort of like exchanged, and it just made something really fun. I was super tempted to drink one of my energy drinks, but I'm like, I feel like that'll fuck me up in the next like 3 hours. And I'm like, no, let's keep going and
Yeah,
see what
because
happens, right?
the calm down will
Exactly.
fuck you up, right? But if
Yeah.
you're, if you're high by yourself, then like it doesn't really matter. You don't need that
Right.
energy.
It didn't even
That's
feel like
crazy though.
Don't energy
Are
drinks
we
make you
saying
wanna
like 12 hours.
shit?
more 12-hour streams in the future?
If I go full time, potentially, potentially.
12 hours is
Just
long,
yeah,
man. 12 maybe
it
it's,
is.
yeah. 12 hours is
The
tough.
thing is,
Like
Hash, it didn't feel like 12 hours. That's the thing, right? Like it really didn't. It flew by so fast. Cause like I remember at one point I was just kind of doing my thing. Someone in the chat mentions like, "Hey, Blowfish, you realize you're at like the 6 hour mark?" And I'm like, "Wait, I am?" And I'm like, "Yo, felt like only like 2 hours. What the shit, right?" And I was like really happy about that. I was like, "Okay, let's keep going, right?"
did you
And
eat on
now it's
stream? Did you eat on stream?
I did, yes. All I had was like snacks, like chips and like
Yeah, because
gummies, just in case.
I still can't do that comfortably. I don't know why. I know no
No,
one will judge
right?
you, but it's awkward,
Yeah,
innit? You
it's
just
know,
like
can't.
Hash, right? It's also me
true,
too.
It's so weird.
Yeah,
It's so weird.
weird. It's fucking weird. Like
I remember
like
I ordered Taco Bell one time when I was doing like a 4-hour stream, and I was literally like eating like this.
Yeah, it's so awkward, and then you can't chew for long. You can't take your time. You just gotta be like, you feel
unless you're an
pressured every
ASMR,
bite.
right? That's what I'm saying, right? Like I thought I was the only one. I'm like, like it's funny because my stream team members like, it's okay to eat on stream, right? Blowfish was like, I don't know, like, and I explained, I was like, why are you weird about eating on stream? It's like, I don't know,
It just
it's
is.
weird, right? Like I'm not an
It's
ASMR
just
streamer
so
or a
weird.
mukbang streamer. If I was, then a different story. But like,
To be honest, like these
yeah.
big time streamers, all they do is they just put a video on
Video in the background,
just-
yeah. But
But
they
the
get
thing is, they can do that.
They get
They
so
can
many
do that,
viewers. They
no?
can do that, yeah.
They
Yeah,
can
exactly
do that
right.
to the point where people will just watch them for them. Like it's crazy.
But I'm relying
so
on trying to
crazy.
interact with people. So me eating, I can't interact as much. It's kind of
Like
a bit
there's
peak.
a
It's tough,
there's a
right?
there's a
Hash, I agree
streamer
with you
there's
on
a
that.
streamer called Your Rage who I really like. He's really big, but he no face cam the whole time. He's
The
either
whole
reacting
time.
to videos. He's either reacting to videos with just his voice, or he's playing games and it's just his voice. But he's entertaining enough to keep the audience going for like so long, so he can just do whatever the fuck he wants every time.
I think streaming without a
crazy.
camera is like one of the most impossible things on this earth. I could never
It's
understand how it
hard,
works.
dude.
How
Sorry,
you
it's
do it, I
hard.
don't know.
What problem?
People who don't stream with face cam, like at least put VR or some shit, but without a face cam,
Yeah.
that's fucking tough, man. You really gotta
Yeah,
be loved, like
Exactly.
you
I
gotta
was
be
gonna say,
amazing.
Hash, I was gonna say to you too, like, I think the reason why I have a hard time with that is because, like, I don't know, is it just me, guys, or like streamers with face cams? Not to throw shade at like VTubers or or people who don't use their face cams, but like, do you guys get like, for the most part, a most trusting vibe from people who use face cams as they stream? Like you at least know what they look like and know.
Yeah, and you can see their
Like,
legit
that's
facial
me.
expressions and shit.
Have you-
Yeah.
If they're pissed or
have
not.
you guys ever had a content creator, a YouTuber, streamer, whatever, right? Have you ever heard their voice the whole time and you've got an image of what they look like,
And then
you
they're
find
ugly.
out what they look
Oh
like,
my god.
and it's so
Yeah.
crazy.
And they're ugly,
crazy.
right?
Do you know who pops into my head? I used to be the biggest fan of KYR Speedy. If you guys don't know who
Oh,
KYR
yeah,
Speedy
I
is,
know
it's
who
like
that is. I know who
Vanos
that is.
Gaming and like all their friends. They used to do like ninja diffusing on Call of Duty Black Ops 2. They used to like GTA 5 races and stuff like that. When he revealed his face, I said no.
It's
This-
like it's H2O Delirious.
cannot
He
be my
hasn't revealed
favorite
his
YouTuber.
face. You must know Delirious if you know Vanos, right? H2O
Yes,
Delirious.
yes.
Yeah.
He has nearly
Must be.
20 over 10 million subs and shit. He's
He
big.
must be ugly.
He
He must be
he
ugly.
fuck up. Come on, man.
The
10
way you
million. He
say
hasn't
that,
revealed
He
it.
must be
The way
ugly.
you say that, dude.
There's a guy called Comic Storian who reads out comics, right? Just literally reads them. He has a really, he's like a proper voice actor, Blowfish. So he reads out stories
Okay,
and shit,
thanks,
right?
asshole.
And but literally, he showed his face, and he looks as normal as you. He got so much hate. He got
Really?
so yeah, like he looks like a normal person, like literally normal person.
What?
And
Husband. I feel like he's gonna be the most mediocre guy.
Corpse's
That's
Oh, of
how-
course.
husband.
Oh, the guy with the really deep voice. I forgot about
As
him.
as you reviewed his face yet, I feel like
I
he's
don't
the
even
most
know.
mediocre, like Joe Schmo, right? Just a typical guy, as average as you can think of.
Corpse has the world in his fingertips, and I don't think his
I
voice
think
is
that's
as
why.
deep. as it is in the song. I think it's put on. Am I an asshole to say that? Or
I don't even
I
know.
think it's hype because there's loads of teenagers who have a deep
I
voice
think
like him.
he's got a condition, Hash. So like, it's not that he's trying to put it on. He's genuinely got a condition.
I didn't know that.
makes
What's his
voice-
condition?
I forgot what
Oh,
it was.
yeah,
but
I forgot
a
about
genuine
that.
Condition.
I didn't let you know
makes
that.
him
I didn't know he had a
Actually,
condition. I just
have a condition. He does.
I've just heard many people got a deep voice
And
like him.
that's why he said he got like bullied when he was younger and stuff like that as well.
He got bullied for that? I'd be scared of him, in
Yeah.
my opinion, if I was
What?
younger.
Bro,
like,
you
a
know
guy with a deep voice
you
sounds
know how
menacing as
kids are?
fuck.
You know how
Sorry,
kids
say that
are. They
again.
bully you for anything.
Yeah, you
just
know,
go
that's
out the
true.
norm, you get bullied. Like,
Man,
it's
fuck
typical.
kids, bro.
Yeah, bullying
Like,
is
seriously,
fucked up. Never
fuck
do that
kids.
shit, guys.
Yeah, says the bully.
Ah, that's all I'm gonna say.
It's character
Okay,
development.
talking about bullying. And
Yeah,
stuff,
I was gonna say.
Thank you for the transition, right? Talking about bullying. When you get bullied, you often get very angry,
Oh, of course.
in a rage. When was the last time you guys got angry? When was the last time someone did something or something happened that you guys were just, yo, fuck this shit. I can't deal with this. I hate everyone. When was the last time you guys got angry? Do you have a moment?
Last
Actually, you
time,
can go first because I have a few. Like,
bro, like
you
I
first.
in general, I don't get wound up quickly because I normally like to wind people up and get on their nerves. Like, I enjoy it. It's kind of like a form of satisfaction. I don't know what the right word is. It's not BDSM, but like, you know what I mean? Like when you kind of
You're
enjoy it. Yeah, it's like fun, but in a good way. Not in like I want to harm you, but it's just a bit of entertainment. But like the last, I genuinely mean this, yeah, and I'm not trying to come across as, wow, look at me, I'm such a hard worker and shit, but I actually get really pissed off with myself if I don't do what I think is the right thing to do. So for example, this podcast, right? I'll call myself out on it. All the episodes still haven't gone up. And that shit makes me so mad at myself. I'm like, why am I such a lazy motherfucker? You know what I mean?
Does it make you mad enough for you to start uploading?
Yeah, tomorrow they'll all be up.
Oh Lord.
Tomorrow they'll all be up. But it makes me so mad at myself. Honestly, like, I get so... And then apparently, like, even my mum was saying, she was like, Hash, your mood is so off. And I just can't help it. I just don't want to talk. I just start dwelling into my thoughts for ages. You know what I mean? And, like, I think it's like a toxic obsession.
Here's the thing, I actually watched a TikTok on it recently. Someone said the only day that matters is today, right? You can plan, but until you do something today, then all that planning means fuck all.
You know that I agree with that. Seriously speaking, like even if it's something.
That's why I'm
little,
never
like, hey,
streaming again.
Hey, at least you're calling yourself out on that, okay? Okay, I agree. Like I do agree with that statement, honestly speaking. Oh Lord. I guess yeah, I'll go with my most recent memory. I guess like for me, my most recent thing was not really recent, but like it was back when I was still young in university. I was like 19 at the time.
That was the last time
long
you were
time ago,
angry
yeah.
in university?
So,
like legitimately
over a
angry,
decade,
yeah.
you've never been pissed off.
Over a decade?
Yeah, at that point,
As
like
a substitute teacher? Like, you've never been
it's
angry.
funny. Here's the thing, Sid. It's funny. Like with kids, it's not so much anger. It's just more annoyance. I was gonna say like it's more anger. Not really more angry. It's more annoyance. You know what I mean? Like, in a sense that like you know when you have that one friend in your group that just keeps pushing your buttons constantly. And you know they don't mean it at the end of the day, but at the same time, there's just those days.
Is he
where you just wanna-
Pakistani and 5'11"?
Potentially, yeah. We could go with that.
Fuck all
Has
of
a
you,
beard,
yeah? 5'11".
you know what I mean? But seriously speaking, so that last moment I was angry was who here did either of you ever fucking take organic chemistry in fucking
Yeah,
university?
bro. I did chemistry A level,
That
so
shit
yeah.
Organic
So-
chemistry?
Yeah, it's
That shit's
basic. It's
fucking hard.
basically chemistry with carbon. It's not. It sounds more complicated than what it is, but yeah.
Oh yeah, like it's tough, right? So I studied like my ass off for like a really tough exam, and I ended up fucking up, and that pissed me off. Cause like, have you guys ever had those? The reason why that really pissed me off was because like, I felt like I worked too damn hard for that, and I didn't get the results I wanted, right? Did I? Did I? I have a feeling I know what you're gonna say, Sid. But like, did either of you have like any of those moments where like it doesn't have to be like with streaming, but like anything? Have you guys like worked so hard towards something that they're like, life is like, nah, fuck you, and just like kind of kicks you while you're down? It kind of felt like one of those moments because I was already failing that fucking course. You know what I mean? So I had to go off. So like, did you guys ever have any like something like that at all, or?
I mean, Yeah, I feel like for me it's like I get annoyed in the moment, but then later when I like have a day, I'm happy about it. Does that make sense? So like I've never done amazing in any of my studies, right? I've always been an average student, like grade wise. I've never been killing it. I've never got top marks for anything. I've just been, I'd say, an average, right? Not dumb as shit, not smart as shit, just in the middle. And I've always wanted to do well though. And every time I'm like, I'm gonna study this time. I'm gonna study, and I never fucking do it. I just can't do it because I struggle to focus, right? Like on a paper or whatever. And in the moment, I'm like, fuck, you know, like when are you gonna fix your shit up, Hash? Like, not now, not then, and then next try, and it just never happened. But then now I've just kind of accepted that maybe studying and exams aim for me. You know, like,
quit.
Yeah.
Any children watching, quit school.
What? Wait, okay, wait. Where's this coming from, Sid?
school should only be for the social aspect, not for the educational aspect, and I believe
Facts,
that.
Facts.
I stand by
Facts.
that.
You know what?
And if there's some weird kids at school,
I do
bully
agree
them.
with that. Oh my
Fuck them.
Okay, maybe not bully them, but I do agree with the social aspect.
Blowfish,
Like,
Blowfish.
yeah, what's up? What's up?
As someone who's like not petite like Sid, right? Do you ever feel like, because you're a big guy in a good way, right? Like we relate, but genuinely,
Yeah.
have you ever been told to like contain/control yourself?
Yes.
Because
My
I've been told that
emotions,
my
like,
whole life.
right?
Because
Sid-
my
Ash,
whole
right?
life.
Like-
Sid
No,
can't
I
relate.
haven't
Sid
done
can't
that.
relate. No,
I
fuck off.
literally showed
Yeah,
you
fuck
pictures
off.
of me when I was-
Yeah. He's chatting shit at this point.
I
Yeah.
literally show you pictures of me when I was younger. Fuck you.
Yeah,
No, Ash,
sure.
I can 100% relate. You know what
All
I mean?
the
Like,
time.
Yeah,
you mainly get it from your parents,
This
Ash.
is a
Everyone.
I mainly get it from my
fucking podcast.
Everyone.
my parents. For me, it's my parents. They're like, "Oh, you're a big guy. Control yourself." I'm
Exactly. You know,
Like,
like
I wasn't doing shit. You bully me, right?
every time, right? Someone could say something. Someone in my family could shout, but if I say not even like I'm not even shouting, and they're like, "Well, you're trying to intimidate us," I'm like, I fucking hate that because I'm not. In
That's
my
not true.
mind, I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm literally responding.
You're gonna
Right.
deform them?
I know that. Sid. That's good. That was good. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I'm getting so cancelled. I'm getting so
That's funny. That's funny.
No, you
that's
can't
funny.
get cancelled, man. You're browning. It's fine. But like basically, like that shit I've been taught all the fucking time. You know what I mean? And I hate it, bro. Oh, and you know what it is? It's when they say like calm down, I get even more annoyed in my mind. That like I just
Right?
teach myself to just walk out. I'm
Right?
like, you know what? Fuck you, Sid. You're petite. No one tells you to calm down. They just
You know what?
kick
You
you
know
in the
what?
head.
You know
Like,
what? You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? Like
Oh, you
whenever
said
I
that.
get into like a heated argument or whenever my parents are angry and I know it's gonna lead to an argument, I literally go, okay, mom, that's fine.
Yo,
And I'll just be like that, and it pisses them
Sid,
off
listen to
so
me.
much.
Sid,
So
I can
much.
relate to that. I can relate to that too, cause like it's funny, cause nowadays, you know when your parents, you guys have like boomerish parents. I'm a boomer included at this point.
you
You
are
know, like when they have like
You're
a
the
certain
same
way of
age as
doing
my
things.
parents.
I know, right?
basically my dad.
But anyway, you know when like your parents have like a certain way of doing things just because how they were raised, they're like, this is all I know, so I'm gonna stick with it. It's been working for me fine, right? Like I remember when I got COVID, right? My mom, you know, she still does work in the medical field because she's crazy.
Actually, she's
You know,
Filipino,
like-
so she has to be a nurse.
They have no choice.
But anyway,
Yeah. No
yeah,
choice.
like
Bye-bye.
you know, like the rapid tests. I'm sure like there's different ways to do them properly and all that, and I had my own way. And the whole time, my mom was like, "No, you gotta do it like this and that and this," and I'm like, you know, you know what I did? Like originally, I'd been like, "Mom," originally I would have been like, "Mom, chill. I know how to do this." You know what I mean? But now I'm like, I take your method and be like, you know, fine, okay, Mom, fine. And she's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, yeah, it's totally fine. Like, do your thing, Mom, do your thing. And I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, "Mom, I know how to do this. I'm a fucking adult at this point, right?"
Yeah.
I can relate to that, Sid. I can relate to that. I'm like, oh,
No.
I do that too sometimes because I don't want to argue.
When your parents are pissed off at you and they're trying to tell you something, if you just be calm and a little bit of a dick, and you
Yes,
just like
that
yeah,
it does work.
subtly be a dick and just be like, I don't know what you're talking about, Mom. I'm not even raising.
Oh,
my
I've
voice,
done
and
that.
Here you are raising
Yeah.
your voice, yelling. At me.
I guilt trip
That's
my
what
mum.
I-
I'm like, Mum, you're hurting me.
Like, what?
Like you actually hash no. Go. How does your mom respond? Now I'm
She
curious.
stops immediately. I'm like, Mum, you're actually hurting me now. She stops immediately.
No,
I
no,
swear
you're
to
an
God,
asshole,
every time
you're
I
an
bust it
asshole.
out. I
Why
don't
would
care,
you say
guys.
You're an asshole,
Yeah.
you're
It's
an
called
asshole,
a
you're an
tactic,
asshole.
okay, and it works. every time my
so-
mum gets pissed, right?
All I'm
And-
saying is, your mum could have another son, but you can never have another mother. So you better treat her right, Hash.
I'm good
He's
looking.
got a point. I agree with
She's
that.
welcome. But like, honestly, every time, right? My mom, I'm not your mum. Like, mum just hurting me at this point. She gives in.
You're mean. You're actually mean.
Terrible. Why would you say that? If I were to say that, my mom would be like, "Yeah, I'll hurt you more. Shut the hell up."
Fucking deal with it,
You know
you
what my
pussy.
Pretty much.
what
That would be my mom.
tells me? I told her one time, "Oh, you're hurting me. Like, I don't feel good. You make me feel bad." She goes, "Do you want to go to therapy?" Like, she's like, "Do you want to see a
Oh.
therapist? We
Yo,
can start doing yoga together. I heard it's
Bro,
good
our
for
moms
you."
are
And shit. I
hard,
was
Sid.
like,
Our moms are
I
fucking
felt
hard.
so bad. No, I felt so bad because I was like, "Nah, I can never do this to her." I was like, "I can never do this to her. I'd rather have her yell at me the whole fucking time than feel bad and like feel like she needs to go out of her way to like make her son feel better and whatnot." She's like, "Yo, we can help you cope with this stuff," and I was like, "Shit." I'm sorry,
Yo, my mom. If my mom literally like, "Hey, do you want to go to therapy?" I'd be like, "Sure." Do you want to pay for it? Therapy's expensive.
Shit ain't free. It ain't free.
I was like, "Shit ain't free, and it's expensive. Let's be real." It's like, you know.
It always works though, guys.
Right.
100% success rate if you say to your mum, "Mum, you're hurting me." It's a really good
Wait,
tactic.
wait.
I'm not doing that. I'm not
Have
doing
you
that.
guys ever had a massive argument with your parents? Like a really big
Yeah.
argument that
Not
stuck by
my
you?
not my dad as much with my mum.
Honestly,
Yeah. But I remember
you
one
first, Sid.
time I felt like shit though. Like I don't know why I did this. Like I wasn't shouting, I was repeating myself. And that was what got to it. Like, I was repeating
True.
um
When they don't listen to you, it's frustrating.
Yeah,
But
it
they
is
do
frustrating.
listen though. They do listen. They just don't accept
I
it
was-
in the heat of the moment.
yes.
I was a lot younger though.
That's
I
the
must have been
frustrating
about
part.
15 or 16 at this point though. So I was less
Are you
understanding
still
of
about
my
like
parents.
600 pounds or
I was
getting away later?
well, yeah, fuck you, yeah, little shit, okay? Yeah.
I had to get you back to be petite. Like it's
Fair
only
enough.
fair.
You know what?
An eye for an eye.
It's
Gandhi told me that.
yeah.
What?
Oh,
But-
yo,
An eye
Sid,
for an eye
yeah.
leaves the
An eye
world
for an eye?
blind.
But can I say one
Pop
thing?
that bitch out.
Sure.
Yeah.
I repeated the same word to my mum. I just kept on saying to her. So you know the word freshie. I was like,
Yeah,
"You're being
like fresh
fresh.
off the
You're
boat.
being fresh." I was like,
Oh,
"You're being
okay.
fresh." On repeat, I just kept on saying, "I was like, you're being fresh. You're being fresh." Kept on saying it. And then my mum just started crying, and I just went, "What?" You know when you get caught off guard yourself? I just went in my brain. I was like, "Huh?" Like I didn't
Ash, you're
expect
hurting
it.
your mom.
She played the card. That's
Ash,
where I
you're
learnt it
hurting
from.
your
I learnt
mom.
it from my
You're
mum.
hurting your-
But
Look
yeah,
what she
that
learned.
happened.
Look what she learned.
And then I don't do it anymore, guys. I learn. I'm not mean anymore because I become.
That's what they mean by Hash. You intimidate me. Your mom got scared of you.
Yeah,
When you
no.
were
Probably
15.
why.
You started repeating
That's
yourself. bro.
probably why.
You said. You probably said, "Mom, listen to me. Mom, listen to me. Mom,
No,
listen to me."
motherfucker.
Mom,
No, I didn't. No.
listen to me. And she probably just got scared. You were genuinely intimidating your mom.
I only had a knife. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I had a dangling by her feet.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. I guess for me, so going back to your
My
statement
neighbor's
about
gonna
like
hate me. I'm
getting-
yelling so
oh,
much
God.
today.
But like Sid, I was gonna say, so going back to your thing, so I actually have never had like a gigantic argument like that ever. The reason being is because I've learned, because I don't want to, like, how I see having an argument like that, it's a waste of time and energy on both ends, right? Even if it's with a person you don't always agree with. I'm like, don't waste your energy, right? So the reason why I learned that is because when I was actually in elementary school, like, Smasher, he's the most, like, out of all three of me, him, and our eldest, he's like the most argumentative type, right? I've seen him go, I've seen my mom and him go head to head a lot in high school and as well as in his university years. And like watching, like witnessing all that, I didn't like it. I'm like, I didn't want to go through that, you know, like, because then both him and my mom just were super emotionally exhausted by the end of the day. It wasn't fucking healthy, and I'm like,
Who's your mom's favorite?
I don't know. Probably our eldest. Probably our eldest. I'll be honest, because he has a nice job and he's probably moving out in the next 2 years. But
No,
you know.
but like that's different. Like just because he has a nice job and everything, that doesn't.
Well,
make
she
him
talks
his
about him a lot.
favorite.
She talks about him a lot.
What about,
It's not
like-
that much?
Cause my grandmother, she argues with my cousin all the time.
Yeah.
She complains about it all the time, but he is by far her favorite. Like by a long shot.
I'm my mum's
Literally
favorite.
by far.
I'm my dad's favorite. There's 6 of us kids. I swear to you, I am. You can ask
Wait,
any of my
really?
siblings. Any of my siblings. My mum genuinely says to people that Hash is the most humble kid she has. I find that shit hilarious because I'm the complete
not
opposite.
humble.
You know what I mean? But she genuinely tells people. I don't know if she means something else by humble though. But like,
Maybe.
she says to him like, Hash, like.
She probably means like he can do the most. Like he's got the most.
That's true. I can do
He's
the
got
most.
the highest ceiling. I think
That's true.
probably
Yeah,
what
that's
she
true.
means.
I
That's probably
do.
what
I
it
do have the
is,
highest
yeah.
ceiling in the world. Yes, true. That's
It's
true.
like the field you're going in, especially like you genuinely do have the highest ceiling.
Very
Because
true.
of
Yeah,
that,
I'm
like,
capable
Did
of
you
it.
get fired from that field, from that job though?
But like basically, yeah. My mum was like, Hash is the most humble shit. And you know how I know my mum's favorite? Me and my mum were talking about like her parents and shit. And my mum went, Hash, you remind me the way your mannerisms are and the way you walk and stuff. She was like, you remind me of my dad. I was like, shit. That's a pretty good compliment, right? That's a pretty decent compliment, no? Like, you guys have never had that because you're not the favorite. Sid,
Ash,
you're
I
the only
actually
child
have-
and
I
you're
actually-
still not the
I actually
favorite.
have had that.
I actually do.
have
I
had
Yeah,
that.
but Sid,
do.
you're an only
Everyone
child
says-
though.
everyone says
Your
I
mum has no
not
choice.
only- No. My mom doesn't say that though. My mom doesn't say that.
Damn.
Every single person in the family says I look like my grandfather. I remind them of my grandfather, and also my grandfather's mother.
Look like your grandfather. Damn, okay, GG. But
Yeah, like
but my mum said it, so I win. Okay, cool. So Blowfish just had that comment as well. Blowfish?
Yeah, your mom
Here's the
mom
thing.
doesn't care.
When my mom and my dad brought up that comment though, when they mentioned that, it was for a bad reason.
Mhm.
It wasn't really a compliment. So I don't know if it's just me, guys. Maybe I genuinely just don't take care of myself in this sense. But like, when you're going to work, like actually going to your job, you fucking skip out on breakfast. Is that just me?
Well,
like-
I'm forced to. I work
I
at
don't
6
eat
a.m.
breakfast when I go to work because it's too early. I
Yeah,
feel
like
sick.
my mom and my
Yeah.
dad fucking. Well, it's mainly my mom. My mom fucking hates that about me so much, right? Like
You
she
skip
hates it. She's like,
breakfast?
yeah, right. And I'm like, well, I don't have time because like I sleep in all the time. You know what I mean? But I still get to work on time, which is fine.
What
right?
time do you work?
10 a.m. Right.
I'd have breakfast if I was you, but that's just me.
I have
I
recently
stay
started
up too
having
late,
a
that's
yogurt pot, like a tiny yogurt pot. That's it. That's
Yeah,
it. Just
I
because
like-
I feel like I need to now. But
Here's
that's
the
it.
thing.
I
Even
don't-
if I did
I don't
did
eat
that
until like
hash,
10:30.
Damn.
if I did that hash, she'd still be not satisfied with that. Like she'd be like, eat more. I'd be like,
I feel like
Mom,
that's just
I have like
Asian
working,
parents.
like,
That's Asian parents.
yeah.
So I don't think they know like a lot about
Yeah.
newer.
and like
My
stuff.
my mother eats 1 meal a day, but she complains at me that I'm not eating 4 meals a day.
Yo,
It frustrates
yo,
me so much. I'm like,
yo.
Mom, have you eaten dinner? And she
Sid.
goes, I don't eat past 6 p.m. And I was like, when was the last time you ate? She's like, I had about 4 chicken nuggets at like 1
Damn.
p.m.
Or-
for lunch. And it's
I
like,
commend people who
Mom,
can eat that
why are
little. You know that.
eating...
Yeah,
I was
right.
like, Mom, why
you're
are
a
you
cheap
eating so
feed.
little and stuff
You're a
like
cheap feed, man.
All I
No,
think
yeah.
about your mom, if she goes to a restaurant, her bill is decent. And I think I'm envious of that. People who go to like a restaurant, they can order one thing and be satisfied. Do you know what I mean? Or have leftovers, take it home. Because I
hate
convinced
that.
myself I've got to order like
So
2
much.
things at least. Which is not a
I
good
hate that
habit.
so
Yo,
much.
Right, Hash? Same here. I'd be like, I gotta order everything, bro.
Yeah, I got to order 1 or
That's
2
like
things.
me.
I'm going to get hungry.
Just for myself, you know. But I'm like,
You gotta try out
I
different
shouldn't.
things though.
yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
do too.
It makes sense. But then I don't know, like my mom she complains so much that I don't eat. My grandmother's the same way. She eats 2 meals a day. This poor woman eats 2 meals a day, but she wants to feed the entire family about 6 meals per day. She
Damn.
goes, oh, do you want tea? Do you want fruits? Do you want ice cream? Do you want lunch? Do you want breakfast? Do you want dinner? Do you want this? Do you want that? And it's like, I'm always like, whenever I go to her house, I'm like, please sit down. I'll wash the dishes. I'll make tea for myself if I need to. I'll grab a banana if I
Aw.
want to.
Yeah, he's
Just
lying,
Just
guys.
sit
He doesn't
down.
have to do
No,
that.
no, but she still genuinely doesn't. She doesn't. The most I'll do is I'll end up washing dishes. But she'll want to feed the entire freaking family. Like it's
That's
crazy.
grandma's for you, man. That's grandma's for you. They feed everyone, you know. Rest in peace to mine. But like, yeah. I was gonna say like, speak about not eating. So the reason why my mom hated that is because like, well, my dad would go to work and he'd always come home hungry, and you know, like that made me sad as a kid. And I'm like,
Oh.
oh,
I thought you were gonna
that's
say.
why she hates that.
I think
That's
you
why,
said,
like, when she said,
I
like,
thought you
why
said
I
your
hate
dad came back home hungry, and then your mom was like, "Fuck,
Oh
so I have
no.
to cook for this."
And I'm like,
fucking
oh,
couple."
that's a bad quality of my grandpa you don't like, who I never really met because technically I've only met him as a baby, so I didn't really know him, right?
Mhm.
He passed around my around my 6th birthday. I think that's when he passed, and I didn't really know, right?
What a birthday present.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure when I was 6, like, you know, my mom felt super conflicted. She's like, it's my kid's birthday, but at the same time, I find out my dad passed. What the fuck? And I'm like,
Yeah.
shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, if I was put in that position, I'd be conflicted too about how to feel, right?
You know, there's some people that don't celebrate birthdays. I actually know so many people
yeah.
who don't, and I find that really weird. I just feel like they're missing out on life. A bit depressing, though. They just don't celebrate
To
their
me, it's
birthdays.
like,
I didn't celebrate my last birthday.
No,
to
that's
me, I would
that's
celebrate
different.
for
But like,
myself.
by choice, it's different. I'm just saying, they don't. Like, no one
They don't do
celebrates birthdays. It's not a thing. But like, if you were like, okay, guys, it's my 18th. I want to do something. All right, this year I want. They don't do that. That the concept of wanting to do something for their birthday doesn't exist. I find that fucking crazy. I'm sorry, you guys must be
Even,
like
I was gonna
bored as
say,
fuck.
Hash. I'm like, you like, even Mia, like, I celebrate, like, I treat myself on my birthday, or even birthday week. I'm like, yo, let's, you know, go out, let's buy some clothes, or like, let's get a nice meal. Even if it's just me. If people want to join, they can. You know what I mean? Treat myself at least. You know, I don't necessarily need to celebrate with like people to have a satisfying birthday. You know, like, yeah. What about you, Sid? Any birthday traditions for you? Like, even if it's just by yourself, kind of thing.
No, I genuinely just don't like celebrating birthdays because it puts me in an awkward spot. When everything's coming, and especially if like you're in a restaurant and everyone's like happy birthday, it's the most awkwardest fucking thing.
I love it.
I hate
I love
it.
it.
Of course, you
It's
love
so
it.
awkward.
I love
I
it.
I will
will-
only do that. I will only
I-
do that if I'm in a group of people. If it's just me, I'll be like, yeah, I'm just having a nice.
I will
dinner,
only
you know?
celebrate birthday. I will only celebrate my birthday just so I can meet up with my friends. That's the only thing.
Fair
That's
enough.
the only thing I'd want.
That's fair. You know, fair enough.
I just want to be around friends and family. That's all I
fine.
care about.
Oh,
That's I like that because I've never ever gone out for my birthday with my friends ever. It's just come to my house, let's play games, and eat
That's
food.
sick.
That's all
I
we
would
do.
love that.
That's
I
all we do.
reminisce The times I used to do that all the time. Now it's like, oh yeah, let's just go out to, I don't know, let's go Reading or somewhere, and then we just go grab a meal, whatever.
right.
Or sometimes we'll be like, oh, let's go clubbing and stuff like that. But I'm really against clubbing, dude. I
don't like
Well,
clubbing
right now,
either.
right now. Like
I'm
I
too old.
genuinely just, yeah, we're too old. Like
Too old.
I don't know why. I know a guy. He's like 25. Got a 9 to 5. He's working as an accountant for a bank, and he's out clubbing every single Friday. And I'm like, how the fuck do you do this?
Right?
How do
Exactly.
you do this?
After 21,
Genuinely.
like how do people even go outside? Honestly, like it just gets too much, right? Honestly, like
Bro, my
anyway,
head
yeah,
hurts.
honestly, yeah.
My head hurts. My
Yeah.
head hurts drinking energy drinks.
Okay,
They're
that's a
not the
petite
fucking
body
animal.
thing. That's a petite body thing, Splitfish.
I
We
love
can't
that.
relate to
I
that.
love
We can't relate to that one. But yeah, after 21, don't go. Stay at home, guys. Stay at home.
Oh my
This
god.
fucking guy. Okay,
Fucking guy.
the
Lord.
reason I asked you guys about the argument is because I actually remember talking to a friend recently when I was talking about a massive argument I have with my mum. Actually, it was like first year college. She found syringes under my bed, and she thought I was doing heroin or ketamine or whatever.
Damn.
Whatever the one with syringes. She found syringes under my bed. The syringes were this fat. How is that gonna pierce my skin?
Sorry,
They were
Sid. You,
this.
Sid. So sorry, you cut out for me actually. So could you repeat that again? I'm so sorry
Okay,
for being a
the
dickhead.
syringes were this fat. So like, there's no way it was gonna pierce my skin. Right? But she genuinely thought I was doing drugs. She thought I was on like heroin and ketamine, and I was like just ruining my life in college when I was about 16, 17 years old. And she wouldn't believe me that it wasn't mine. I didn't know where the syringes came from. This was when I was sharing. My uncle was also living in my house. So for an entire day, she was like, "I can't believe my son is doing drugs. He's ruined his life. This is not the man I raised," and stuff like that. Right? My uncle was at work at the time, so for an entire day, she called me. She told me about it at like 11 a.m. My uncle didn't come back till 11 p.m.
Damn.
So for 12 hours, my mom thought I was a druggie.
What
that
was
I
it though? Like,
ruined
who's
my
was it?
life.
Was it actually your uncle's?
I'll explain.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
And-
it's like, what's this about?
For me, it was like, Mom, I know I don't do drugs. I haven't even touched alcohol, and at that time I didn't. I haven't touched cigarettes. I haven't done anything. The worst thing I did was energy drinks, maybe, or like just Coca-Cola, right? And my mom didn't believe me. And I was like, Mom, you've known me for so long, and you just don't trust me that I haven't done it. like I would tell you everything that like I've done and stuff like that, just purely based off guilt. And she didn't believe me. She was going around telling her like friends and stuff, going, "Oh my god, like do I need to go to like a like addiction center and stuff and support group, whatever." And I was calling my friends, going, "Oh my god, my mom's an asshole. She doesn't trust me. She doesn't believe me." Right? My uncle
That's
comes
funny.
back 12 hours later, and he goes, "Why is she cleaned my room out? By the way, she tore all my clothes and she like threw it outside the house, like everything." She was like,
Damn,
"I
she
don't
was
want a
that
druggie living."
angry. She was that angry.
She said, she's so against drugs. She was
I
saying,
mean,
"I do
yeah.
not want a druggie like living in my house, eat my food, like whatever. I'm not gonna support this." Like through like my, whatever, through my clothes and stuff outside. My
Yeah.
uncle came out. "What the fuck is going on?" And she's like, look at what I found under his bed. He's doing drugs. He's doing blah blah blah." And he goes, "No, that's not his. That's mine." And my mom was like, "What the fuck?" And he goes, "Yeah, it's for printers, like the printer ink.
Ink.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you
I
take
was
the
like, what the
printer
fuck?
ink and you put it into the cartilage." I didn't know what it was for, so I couldn't explain what it was for. I just said it's not mine because I didn't know where it came
Damn.
from.
Your mom must have been
Damn.
like caught off guard, bro. She.
Your mom
My
would have been
mom,
like,
Yeah.
oh fuck.
my
Yeah.
mom,
That would have
my
been a big
mom
like
was
whoa moment.
ballistic, and that was the biggest argument. And my mom was like, "Look, okay, like I will admit I made a mistake. I'm sorry." And I was like, "Mom, I don't care if you made a mistake. It's just like you're my mother. If I was this like, if you thought I even had the capability of doing fucking heroin after after however long you raised me for, like what the fuck? Like you need to have a little bit of faith in me, like a little bit of trust in me. What do you think I do this whole time?" And she's like, "I don't know. You could just get up to anything and stuff like that." That was the biggest argument that I had with my mom.
But do you think it's like she's understood you more because of that, or like does
Yeah,
she
yeah.
have a better, I guess not in a bad way, like trust of you because of that? Like after the
I think
outcome.
so. I think so. She trusts me a little bit more after that.
Good.
Because lying to her has never been easier after that. Like,
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine, Sid. I can imagine.
No, but jokes aside, what you call it? Every time I go out, I'm gonna stay at my friend's house. I'm gonna go clubbing or whatever. She always goes, "Okay, don't do drugs." And instantly, I just think of
You
that
just remember
situation.
that?
That one day, yeah, I'm never doing drugs
I'm
again.
like, "Mama, I don't do drugs. Just shut up."
I ain't never doing drugs. Yeah, no, that's. I get like your mom's fear though, because obviously like the stereotype of college and that, but as long as she knows and she like, because she's human in it, as long as she's like learned from it or whatever.
No, but
Yeah.
this was first year college where I went into college, went to my lessons, didn't even hang around anywhere, and just came back home. When did I have the time to do drugs?
Mm.
Please.
Why would you hide it
And
under
the
your bed?
syringes were this fat, this
Yeah.
fat. Like look at it, look at it. It was this fat.
And you would hide it under your bed. Yeah, okay, yeah, GG, makes sense, makes sense. But I guess maybe in the moment, I don't know.
I was so surprised.
7 drugs.
7
Drugs.
Fuck's sake. Fuck you,
I didn't
Felipe.
want to say it. I didn't want to say it.
That's pretty good, pretty good. Yeah,
That's
7
pretty funny.
drugs.
I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty funny.
fucking asshole. Okay. Another thing, another reason why I asked you guys about arguments is because has something ever happened in your childhood that shaped you to be the person you are today? Like, did you guys ever get bullied or anything anything big happen with you in your life?
Blowfish?
Yeah, sure. It's funny enough. Like Sid, I have not like a similar story in the sense that like my parents thought I was
Yeah.
doing drugs, but like it
But you
did.
were, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
but I actually was doing
Yeah,
it, and they didn't
drinking
doubt me.
caffeine. I was drinking caffeine, but
Ah,
I have some right here right now.
just a little
but,
bit of Viagra to fulfill all
oh
the
yeah,
women.
100%.
We need backsmash
but,
here
like,
at that point. Remember, we need backsmash here.
Yeah, so it was the same sort of lesson where it's just like lying has never been easier to my parents ever since that day, right? It was towards both my parents at that point. It
Yeah.
was over. I was in like grade 6, and like it was over something really dumb now that I think about it. But that shaped me in the sense of like, hey, live as honestly as you possibly can. Ever since then, right?
So that was the start of you doing drugs.
Yes. But basically what happened was like I lost something, just like something that was very important to school that my parents had to pay for, right?
Yeah.
So I'd imagine they'd be pretty pissed about that. So, I had a feeling, I'm like, oh, if I tell them I lost it, they're gonna get so fucking mad at me, and I don't want to, have to deal with that kind of shit, right? So I told them, I was like, no, it's at school. You know what I mean? Like, I was a kid, I didn't know how to lie properly.
Yeah, and you
Um,
panic. You panic.
yeah, exactly, right? They're like, hey, where's your, it was a bag, right? Like, it was a music bag, as they would call it, like for music work. And I'm like, oh, it's at school, but like, I didn't want to tell them I fucking lost it, right? On the fucking public transit of all places. At that point, it's pretty much gone, in my opinion, right? Because anyone could have taken it. Let's be real. And like, so the whole time, the whole week, they're like, okay, yeah, just don't forget at school because that was really expensive, and bring it back home. Like, you know what I mean? So that went on for a fucking week, and they realized, okay, this kid's a lying piece of shit. I was like, what the fuck happened to your bag? And I'm like, it's at school. I just keep forgetting, Mom and Dad. They're like, no, what really fucking happened? And I'm like, they like literally sat me down in my room, and like I felt like I was being interrogated. I'm like, I lost it.
Oh.
The moment I finally told the truth, they were fucking mad because that cost them like almost $500.
A bag.
Which is a lot.
500.
Yeah.
What the fuck was in it?
Yeah. Just music work because I went to music school. And they lost
Dude,
it.
I'm
Like,
pissed off. What
yeah.
the fuck? Back in the day as well, that's probably like a.
yeah.
That's probably like
Inflation,
10,000.
yeah, it's like $10,000
Yeah,
today.
10,000 at this point. I don't know if I still
That's
have
a
that bag. I'll be
Bitcoin.
honest. Right? They lost it. They're like, "How could you lose that?" I got yelled at a lot. And then what's funny? Like the next week, like I was just like, "Fuck," you know what I mean? And then Monday comes along, and then I got a call down from the office, and I'm like, "What?" And it had my name on it, the bag, right? So they're like, hey, could Steve come down to the office, please? Everyone's, when you're a kid and when you hear that, everyone's like, ooh, you're in trouble, that kind of thing. Right? I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Found
Like,
your thing.
yeah, right. And then like the office is like, hey, so some random stranger actually found your bag, and they literally brought it here because it has like the school's name on it.
Right.
Oh, bless them.
And I'm like, oh, yeah,
Was
here
this
you
the
go.
very next day?
No, this is like the week after. Yeah, like
Okay.
like
I was
because the
gonna say,
weekend. Yeah, the weekend they yelled at me. The whole fucking weekend they yelled at me saying like you're fucking. Why would you fucking lose that? And they'd
Yeah.
be pissed. And then Monday came along, and then that's when it happened, right? So not only that, but like the school I went to is also super strict about that kind of shit too. It's like, oh, where the fuck is your music? Even the teachers were mad at me for losing it, right? Like my music teacher specifically, because they recommended that shit, right? So, it's like, yeah, some stranger came in and like they said like, hey, is there a student by the name of Steve here? Does this belong to him? And they're like, oh, yeah, let me just call him down to the office. And yeah, the next day my parents are like, where'd you find it? And I'm like, someone brought it back for me. He's like, who? I'm like, I don't know. They, like, the office didn't tell me anything, right? Like, they just had someone found it. And it's like, so how'd you really lose it? I was like, I lost it on the subway. And they're like, oh my god, you are fucking lucky that someone found it because someone could have stolen that, probably sold it for like a lot of money, and blah blah blah. And then ever since then, I'm like, I think this, like, we were more mad at the fact that you lied to us for a week instead of just telling us straight the truth what happened.
Yeah,
And I'm
because
like,
I've been thinking this
ever
whole
since
time.
then, and ever since then, I'm like,
Imagine it was
live as honestly as
Back
possible.
Smasher. Imagine it was Back Smasher playing a massive.
Blowfish's brother, yeah.
Nah, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. I mean,
Are you sure he wouldn't? Imagine he did it as a joke, right? Took it, hid it from you, right? And then when your parents blew up on your face, he saw it and said, holy shit, this is a bigger deal.
I need to
Then
put this
I-
back.
nah,
Yeah.
I don't think. No, Backsmasher might
And
have
he
fucking
came
done
back.
fucking
Have I
shit. I don't
just
think he
solved the
did.
mystery?
I don't think. Nah. I was like, I don't think he'd go that far. He went pretty far, but I don't think he would go that far. You know what I mean? If he was gonna
How
get,
old
if
were
he
you?
was gonna
How
get,
old were
I
you?
was grade 6. He was grade 10.
What's that in age? Like grade 6, grade
Sorry,
7?
wait. Sorry, grade 9. He was grade 9. My bad.
What's that
So
in
that
age?
is-
Probably like
I
13,
was
14?
12. He was 15,
Oh, 15.
roughly. 12
That's
to
a
15.
pretty prank. Like, that's a pretty.
I mean,
I would do that.
Blowfish, you
I
know
know
what?
you
Sid doesn't have siblings. He thinks they're all evil. You know what? Let him be. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? He
that's what I
doesn't
was
get
gonna
it.
say,
He
like,
doesn't get it.
That. I would.
here's the
I would
thing.
so do that. I'd like.
I
you
wouldn't.
Pull a prank. You don't realize the severity of it, and when it blows up on your face like that, you go, holy shit. I remember. I remember when I was 6 years old. No, 7 years old. I wanted to buy a Yu-Gi-Oh. pack,
Ooh.
right? And my
Nice.
parents didn't let me. So I went to my mom's purse, got £10 out. I got £10 out. I got £10 out.
Oh,
And my
no.
mom, an hour later, she goes, "Where the fuck is my £10? I'm missing £10." And I was like, "Shit, I don't know, mom. I don't know. It's not with me, right?" And I didn't realize how severe it was because my mom, she carries a lot of money with. Oh, she used to. Sorry.
Cash,
Yeah.
like cash.
Yeah, a lot of cash.
Yeah.
She used to carry a lot of cash just in case of emergencies and stuff. So I was like, "Oh, she's not gonna notice £10. So I'll just take £10, whatever." Right? She noticed it. In the next hour, she freaking noticed it. And I was like, "Oh, Mom, I don't know." And then I realized the severity of it. I just stole from my mother, which is the gravest sin. I've
That's
never done
really.
that ever in my
I've
life.
actually never done that.
I've never
Like,
stole from my
ever.
mum, no, because you know
No.
I'm
Never
not a
done
bad
that
person
ever in
I
like
my
would
would
life.
die.
I'm
if
not
I
a
would
thief.
steal anything
I'm
from
not a
you.
thief.
Yeah,
I
was
don't
gonna
believe it's
say,
good to
I
steal
was
from your
actually on this
parents.
one.
When you don't
I
get
don't believe it's
shit,
good to
when
steal
you
from your
don't get shit,
parents. Yeah.
Get
That's
shit.
fucked up.
That's
That's
fucked
You
fucked
don't
up.
Get shit. Sometimes you just have to take it, okay? Not from your mother. Don't do it from your mother. Your mother's
Not from
sacred.
your dad either. You're either your.
Your
parents. I
mother
would
gives
be
to you.
dead.
You don't steal from the person who gives to
I
you.
would be fucking dead if they.
That's
if they ever
some
do
next
that.
level
Like,
shit.
Hey, if I stole like
But
$5,
that's
they'd be like,
April
"Fuck's
Fools.
my
This
money?"
never
I'd be like,
happened. Let's forget this happened. Cut the vods. Cut the vods. No,
That is all I'm
but
going to say to
genuinely,
that.
My mom was like, "Where the fuck is my money? Where the fuck is my money?" She went and asked me, my dad, my uncle, my grandparents, wherever. Like, with my grandparents, it's more like, "Oh, did you guys take my money, by the way? Like, you guys can keep it. I just wanted to make sure that, I didn't drop it or anything, right?" I got so scared. I genuinely couldn't tell her. So what I did was, I took the £10 and I put it like on the bedside table next to her purse, and then she goes, "This is, oh no, I found my £10. Where was it?" And I was like, "Where was it, mom? Where was it?" And she's like, "It was just by the bedside table." Like, so I was like, "Damn, all this time you were looking for it and it was right there, mom."
I'm shaking
This
my
dude's
head
the
to that.
devil,
That's what
man.
I'm
This
saying.
dude's the devil.
When
Yep,
your children,
I
At
agree.
the age of 7, he finessed the
when your
whole
children-
plan. Man
when
made a
your
whole plan
children-
at 7.
My mom so knew. No, my mom so knew it was me. My mom so knew it was me. But I
Oh,
think
yeah.
she also realized I was a fucking child and I didn't know the severity of it.
Gaslighting thing is
You don't want to own up. When you
Oh,
realize
God,
how
yeah.
severe it is and how bad it is, you don't want to own up. Gaslight her into thinking
Nigga, she's
That's
insane.
terrible, Taya. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. Oh,
Come
man.
on.
Cash says he emotionally.
It's funny. No, it's funny because
He
like
does it at the age of 22. I did this when I was 7. It was one
funny 'cause-
mistake.
Oh,
when you mentioned Backsmasher, I'm like I remember before when I was in high school, he would gaslight me a shit ton, right? And now that we're adults, he tries the same shit. I'm just like, don't even try. I'm like, you're trying to gaslight me. He's like, fuck, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I fucking thought. I'm like, don't try that high school.
But he's
bullshit
your
with me.
older brother, Blowfish. He's trying to
The fuck?
protect you. He's trying to.
Protect me, I can
He's
protect
trying to
myself, bro.
protect you.
What
He's-
I'm saying is,
I'm
what
bigger
I'm
than
saying
him.
is, after you lost that music book, right?
Yeah,
Did you ever
I
lose
did.
it again?
No,
The music bag.
no. At that
Maybe-
point, like
maybe-
I watched
Maybe
that thing like a fucking hawk.
maybe Backsmasher did it to.
Make sure you never
No.
lose it again. He's
Make
your
sure you
older
never lost it.
brother.
That's
He's
a
your
really
older
fucked up
brother.
brother.
He was looking
He's your
out for you.
fucking daddy.
Uh-huh.
He-
I was like, I could look out for myself at this point.
He's the
know what
reason
I mean?
you are what you are today, Blowfish. Remember that. Yeah, you're welcome. Honestly, Backsmasher,
I'm
Blowfish's
good.
brother, you're a
He
great
takes-
human.
He takes too much credit. Is all I'm going to say. I was like, part of that might be true. I'll be honest, but I don't think it's the full truth in my opinion.
All right, guys.
Like,
So,
it's a small
All
part
I'm
of
saying
that.
is gonna have to do some soul searching and then just ask him.
guys.
No, I'm not doing that.
So. You know, the question was something that happened in your childhood that shaped you to be who you are. I actually have a story on this. So when I was, how old are you in year 4 or 5 in England? How old is that? 9, 10, 11, 12? I don't even fucking know, right?
6, 7.
No, you can't be because you're 7 in year 2. I always remember that because I remember a memory of me like turn. Yeah, because
I
8 to
came
9.
the
Yeah, God,
UK
Sid is
no,
wrong.
I came to the UK in 2008 and I was in year 4. So yeah.
So how were you 6 or 7? What? You're older than me.
7 or 8. 7
Okay,
or 8.
okay, regardless, but okay, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, right? So you're young, right? There was a time, and I never forget this. I became the angel that I am in year 5, year 6, right? But prior to that,
Mhm.
I've actually been bullied. I don't know if I've told you guys this, and like bullying isn't a joke, Blowfish. I know you don't take it seriously, but you shouldn't do it.
Oh,
And I know Sid like promotes
sure.
that shit. I don't
Uh-huh.
promote that shit, right? And I remember I never forget this day. But one time, I don't know
This is
what
why I
happened.
drink.
This is exactly why. Yeah, this is why you do it. But there was one time, I don't know why it was, and his name was Brandon. I remember his name, right?
Mm.
And he was, I don't know what I did or what happened. That I don't remember. But he was hitting me, right? And I didn't hit back. Didn't hit back. My
You're a
sister's always
bitch.
yeah, I was a bitch. But my sister has always been 2 years above me. So if I'm year 4, she's year 6, right? So she's like 10, 11 or some shit, 2 years older. And my sister had to come and defend me. I never forget this. She came. Yeah.
No way.
Very
No
true.
way.
I in year 4 was like 5'6". I was fucking giant, fat as fuck. I was big. I was hairy. I had underarm hair in year 3. Did you say what's changed, motherfucker?
Yeah. What's changed? Except your age. Except your age was changed.
Sorry, that took me a
You're
second.
big,
That took me a
you're
second. My
you're
bad. That took
hairy,
me a second.
your underarm hair. Stinky toilets. You probably stunk back then, right? Like,
Motherfucker. But yeah,
and you're still getting bullied by someone shorter than you.
yeah, he
That's
was
crazy.
tiny. He was year 4. Everyone is tiny. You know what I mean? Skinny little boy. And what's crazy is and ever since then, when my sister came and she like pushed him and like he was fucking terrified of her. You know what I mean? At that age, everyone's the same strength. You know what I mean? Like everyone is of equal, all that shit. And ever since that day, I was like, look, if ever anything happens, I can never not defend myself ever again. Because I didn't do it. But it wasn't like fat people move slow, fuck you. But it wasn't like I was like scared as much because he was like half my size. It was more like I just didn't know what to do. So now like
Why did he start bullying you? Do you know?
I don't remember. That I don't
Were you
remember.
eating his school lunches?
Did I eat what?
Were you eating his school lunches?
Right?
Fucking I
Damn,
genuinely
Sid.
don't remember. I
Damn.
swear to God, I have no fucking clue why that happened. It was too long ago, but
Taking all the oxygen in the classroom.
yeah, yeah, little petite little boy, yeah, fuck you, okay? So ever since ever since that day, I have never not defended myself ever. Anyone says anything, I always because I just remind myself and I can't be a little like, not even like scared of bitch, but you gotta do your shit. You gotta defend yourself always. Like obviously it depends on the moment and whoever, but like in general, I've never like back down like ever. I've never been in a fight ever, but I'm just saying like if ever the time comes, I won't just take it ever again. And that shaped me to be the legend I am today, sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like what's crazy is me and Brandon became like best friends in year 5 and year 6, which is really interesting, isn't it? I don't know how that happened, but we ended up
I agree,
becoming
I
like
Yeah, you probably had no friends, and your sister said, "Yo, you need to start
being
becoming
friends with him.
now."
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, I changed a lot though, man.
I'm being genuine on that one.
I don't.
I
I
think your sister probably said, "Look, if you don't want to get bullied by me, just don't bully my bro."
Fair enough.
That sounds like a fair enough deal.
Yeah,
That sounds
but
like
year
something
5,
an
year
older
6, I
person
changed a
would do.
lot. I was the quiet kid in the corner. I didn't say a word. Then I hit year 5 and my
What a
personal,
time.
huh? What?
What a time.
Yeah, what a time. Yeah,
Right,
cut
right.
missed that moment. But then then I got older,
Envy.
and then year 5 I changed. I became the talkative, loud, class clown, motherfucker, attention seeker, all that shit. I wanted to be that, and I've continued being that, and now I'm really good looking as well.
Uh-huh. I don't know about
What
that.
about you?
Sorry. Repeat the question to me again. Like,
Something that happened in your childhood that shaped you to be the person you are.
oh, that whole music bag story was literally.
Oh, sorry, my
yeah,
bad. My
yeah,
bad.
no worries. I'm like that taught me to like
Holy
live as
shit.
honestly as possible. You know what I mean?
You see,
ever
whenever
since then.
Hash talks, I'll just switch off my brain. So
Yeah, no worries, no
so
worries.
Fuck you, yeah.
I need to give it some time to boot it back up. You know. Like,
No, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Flemish, I defended you the whole stream today. Yeah, Sid tried to roast you. I was on your side.
I know you were, but
But fuck you.
Okay.
but
Okay, last question about childhood, right?
sure.
When you were growing up, did you guys ever want to be a different race?
Easy. Yeah. Always. I've always. I mean, I've wanted to remain Asian, but I've always wanted to be Eastern Asian. You guys don't understand. Growing up,
Eastern Asian.
So that's
Eastern
countries
Asian,
like
what-
China, Japan. That counts as Eastern Asian, if I'm right.
Nepal.
Nepal.
No, Nepal's
yeah.
South Asia. Nepal's South Asia. Yeah.
I'm
joking,
like
I'm
Southeast
joking, I'm
Asia.
joking.
Yeah,
Southeast
I've
Asia,
always wanted to be like, if I could grow up again, I'm not lying to you
Oh.
guys. I want to be a monk.
Can I just talk
Well,
something about Nepal?
A month?
There's a guy. There's a guy at work. He's Punjabi. He's Punjabi, and today he told me, "Oh, Sid, aren't Nepalese people just half Indian, half Chinese people?" I was like, "What the
The
fuck?"
fuck?
What?
Yeah, he's like people from Nepal, they're half Indian, half Chinese, right? And I was like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard.
He might
That was
mean
just it.
that. I don't actually nah. Maybe
No,
yeah. 'Cause, yeah.
I said, do you mean we get influenced by Chinese and Indians? He's like, no, you're half Chinese and half Indian.
Oh, okay, he's
You're
just an
basically
idiot.
Indian.
Okay.
And I was like, you're a
Yeah.
fucking idiot.
Yeah, I
This
was gonna
guy's
say, I was like,
23 and he's obsessed with WWE. Obsessed.
oh,
with
yeah,
WWE.
don't
He doesn't
listen
care.
to him.
He doesn't care
Don't
about
listen to him, don't
boxing.
listen to him.
He doesn't care about real wrestling. He doesn't care about MMA, kickboxing, nothing. But loves WWE.
Like, don't listen to him then. Is all I'm gonna say. Don't listen to him.
I mean, I think WWE's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's pretty.
No,
pretty good.
it's cool. No, it's cool. But having no like feeling towards actual physical sports and fighting and stuff like that. That's a little bit strange.
Yeah, no, he's an idiot, bro.
Okay,
He
go ahead,
is.
go
But I
ahead.
mean,
What were you
Nepalese
saying,
food is all Indian food. That I agree with. But like, yeah, after but like, yeah, he's an idiot. Yeah, he's an idiot. Yeah,
man? Explain Momo.
I fucking love
Sorry.
that shit.
Yeah, explain it though. What Indian cuisine is it based off of?
Yeah, okay, yeah, true. My,
I was about to say.
but have
Say
you
that.
guys wanted to be a different race?
No, you
Me?
finish your story first.
Oh.
Yeah, I wanna hear yours.
Oh yeah,
I
I've
100% have.
always wanted to be Eastern Asian. I've got 2 lives I want to live. I kid you not. I've thought about this. I think about this a lot.
I heard you want to be a monk.
Life
You said-
1 is I want to be a monk and I want to live in a temple. I want to be bored. I want to forget the bullshit of this world and just grow my own food, train every day. Money isn't a thing. You do your own. You know, like in the olden times where
Yeah.
all that sort of vibes. Second life, I want to live in Japan, in the city, and I want to be like busy as fuck. Like just no in between. I want and I want to go to like places like Tokyo and then places like Okinawa, and I want to like basically walk in fields and shit with like fucking sakura flowers and shit. That's it. Those are
Sound
my
like you
2
wanna be
lives.
a whole ass anime character.
Literally 2 lives. 2 lives I
That's
want.
the whole point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole point. Talking about sakura flowers, there's like sakura trees near my house, and
Oh,
when
really?
yeah, there's loads of sakura trees near my house for some reason. But I remember when the sakura the petals were falling, there was one moment where I felt like I was in a fucking movie. It's like all the petals
Oh.
were falling, and it felt like it was snowing, but it was the petals of the tree. Oh my god, dude! I was like, fuck me.
That's so
This is
cool,
the
though,
best
innit?
time of my life.
That is really
It's
That's
cool.
so
so
cool. It's
cool.
so cool. But just imagine the whole place just sakura trees.
That's
That'd
so
be
pretty.
sick.
That's so pretty.
Yeah,
I never
yeah,
used to be
yeah.
into views and shit. You know that only like a month ago, or like a couple weeks ago, I've been like
Me
into.
too. No, me too.
I've
me
always
too.
thought it's kind of pointless. Like, it's just look at it and move on. But now I'm like, it's kind of pretty. I get it.
Pretty.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But I need music. I feel like music just heightens everything. I
Oh
like,
yeah.
Um,
I agree with you on that.
museums and galleries, I just find them so boring.
Pathetic.
But now I just go by myself. I hate going with other people. I love going by myself, putting in headphones, looking at the pieces, looking at what I want to do. And yeah.
For sure, man.
Is it
So,
because you?
ha-
Sorry, is it because you feel like you can like understand it when you're on your own? Do you know what I mean? So you're going to a museum or
Yes.
art gallery, and you can take your time to actually
Yes,
see what's going
100%.
on.
100%.
Because
And if it's interesting to me, I'll just look at it for longer. But if it's not interesting, I'll just move along.
you dip,
But
right?
when I'm with someone else, it feels like
You got to work on their schedule.
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
not
no,
just
I
their
agree with
schedule,
that.
but you kind
I
of have
get
the
that.
push and pull. Like like both of you need to be not interested in a piece for you to just move on.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure. Like I get what you mean by that, Hash. Like I don't know, there's just something about traveling like in an area like that, or like a place with a bunch of like really pretty scenery. Like there's just something different about it. Like you understand it in your own way and you kind of feel at peace. Is that just me? I'm like trying to just walking, chilling with
100%.
music or not. But yeah, like I 100% agree with your point, Ash.
Banam and I recently went to a pond, right? And Banama's always been into scenery and shit, and like she always tells me about how she loves flowers and all that stuff. And I've always thought it's fucking bullshit. Like
Have
flowers
you
die.
gotten flowers, Punam?
I have gotten her flowers, but
Bullshit.
I've never understood why. Like in my mind, they die. I fully don't get it till date. She's gotten it for me, and it's fucking pointless. You into flowers?
I'm gonna be honest. I used to love taking pictures of flowers, but I never liked getting it. I've never been into getting flowers. I hated it. But until recently, like a couple months ago, someone gave me flowers, and holy shit, I fucking loved it. Like
Aw.
I took care of it every single day. I was like cutting the little stems at the bottom, making sure they last as long as they. I really like tulips. I really like tulips, and they
I
got
was
me
gonna
tulips
ask him
as
like,
well.
what's your
Are
favorite?
those the
And
white
then,
ones?
So the tulip, no, just colorful ones. But the tulips,
Mm.
the tulips, they go like the bud of it, like it goes out and then it eventually falls off. Yeah, but it was really cool just seeing it like just bloom and everything. It was really fucking sick.
That's
I
pretty
loved
dope. Yeah, that does
it.
sound.
The only
pretty
thing was
nice.
it made a fucking mess. It made such a mess.
It attracts
the only
bugs,
thing
and
about-
I don't fuck with bugs. I'm scared of bugs. I have a
Yeah.
genuine fear of little bugs. I
For,
don't
for,
like them.
that. I was gonna say for those who are actually into like taking care of flowers and gardening, especially like indoor stuff like that, like I don't know how you do it. I'm like, I don't know how you do it. You just water your plants every day, and then eventually you'll forget, and then bugs are gonna start going around it too, like shit. You know.
No, I'm with you. I don't like bugs. I hate the concept of like when there's a spider in your room. I'm not scared of spiders, but I don't like that they're in my room, so I have to kill it.
Mm.
Like
Fair.
it's just the fact
I
that
let
they can.
spiders just chill in my room.
No, I
don't like
can't. It's just there. Like it can move. I don't like that. I hate it. I have to kill it. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm not a nature fucker where I hold it and throw it outside. I don't care. It's a fucking
Nature
spider.
fucker.
Piss off. Yeah. I get rid of it. I don't like it. So I can't like. I saw one in my room one time, and I literally spent an hour hunting for that motherfucker because it got lost. I can't. I can't rest.
The only
It's
thing
just
I hate is moths. Moths. I hate.
all of them.
Like I cannot deal with it.
Moths, spiders,
Moths,
bugs.
moths. I agree, they're annoying.
Moths are disgusting. They look creepy as well. They make me cringe. But like I have like it's when the soul leaves your body, I only feel it when I'm seeing a moth. Moths
Oh.
just look creepy, especially the ones with like the patterns that look like eyes and stuff. Oh,
Oh, don't even talk about that, bro.
Cringing makes me cringe so hard. Okay.
Would you guys change race then?
I used to.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
I
did.
went through a very large phase of wanting to be white.
Really?
I wanted to be
Damn.
white.
They're
so
boring
much
as
in
fuck.
secondary
What do they
school.
even do? No, I'm joking.
Right?
But they were the popular kids. They were the popular kids in school. Like
I was
all the
gonna
all the
say,
all the
shit.
all the hottest girls were white. All the the most popular guys were white. All the cool guys were white. All the
white.
sporty guys were white.
Right.
White people just it was just something, and then like the Asian guys, like what we didn't know is we were younger, so we didn't realize the racism that we like went through or we were going through. So it'd always be like they'd take the piss out of like our food. They'd
Oh,
take the piss
all
out
the
of us
fucking
having that
time.
curry smell. They'd take the piss out of this. They'd take the piss out of that for us being Asian and whatnot, right? Didn't really realize it was racism at that point, but it was racism. But at that time, it was just they were the cool guys, and I just wanted to be part of the cool guys. Like I wasn't part of the nerds, and I wasn't average. I was on the cooler side of it, but I was never the cool guys. If that makes
Fair
sense.
enough. I get what you mean.
I've
yeah.
never been cool either. I think I was
And then,
always
and then
nerds.
they just had freedom. They
I
just
was
had
into nerds
freedom.
too.
Like their parents just didn't give a fuck. Like they'd go to parties all the time. Like my white friends, they were drinking by when they were like 13 years old, and like
Damn,
we-
13. Oh,
it wasn't
fuck,
drinking
man.
like vodka and stuff, but it was just like cider, like very light. and then-
Still. God
Yeah,
damn.
it still, but
Yeah.
it was like cider and stuff like that. And then
Mm.
for me, like, I still haven't told my parents that I was drunk.
Damn.
Like,
Really?
I think
That's
they,
crazy.
I think they know, but
Really,
I still
Sid?
haven't told them. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
hang on.
100%.
Sid, I have a question. What would they do if they found out then? Like, I'm curious about
Yeah,
that.
because
you know?
you're not. I get when like if you were like Muslims can't drink, but I didn't know
Yeah.
that Nepali culture was strict with
No.
alcohol. I didn't
yeah,
know
no.
that.
From what you've been making it
My
out to, I thought it
my
was strict.
my cousin is
Right.
29, the first time, and he's been actively drinking, like going parties and stuff since he was like 14, 15. Because in Hong Kong, it's like they do that a lot, like a lot younger. You know, you mature a lot quicker, so you start drinking, you start smoking, you start doing drugs a lot quicker as well.
Fair enough.
So 14, 15, that's when he started like actively drinking and smoking and having sex and shit like that as well, right? He didn't take his first swig of alcohol in front of the family till he was like 26. So it was about 12
Shit.
years of him secretly drinking before he actually.
I
drank
feel
in front
bad
of-
for him at that point. No one should
I
have to
do, I
hide
was
for
gonna
that
say.
long. You know what I mean? Like, you are what you are.
No, we found shit. Like like his mom would always find like condoms and like cigarettes and stuff like that. But then he'd just be like, "Yeah, it's not mine," and he'd hide it. So
And they'd
we'd
believe
know,
it.
but he'd still hide. No one believed it.
Okay, good.
No
I'd
one
be like,
believed it.
damn. I was like,
Yeah, but it's like one of
I
those, yeah,
remember the
until you
funniest
accept it,
time-
there's no proof,
the
The
right?
funniest time he was
Offense.
in, yeah, the funniest time he was like year 11 or something, and then he had like a packet of condoms, like a fresh box of condoms, and then his mom found it in his school bag, and then she was like, "What the fuck is this?" And he goes, "Oh, they gave it to us in our sex education class. They told us
mean,
to go use it." It's like a
believable.
fresh pack of condoms.
damn.
It's a fresh pack of condoms, unopened, with the receipt. And he goes, "Yeah, it was sex. She actually believed him. She
That does sound
genuinely
low-key
believed him.
believable, though, innit? But, like, that's...
Oh,
No,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I'd
wait,
question
wait,
the school.
receipt.
Fairly
I'd
believable
question
lie.
the school, though. I'd be like, fuck my
I would
life,
still
you guys
question
are...
it, but like
At the age of, like, 6, you're giving out condoms.
A receipt. A receipt. It had a receipt.
Fair enough.
Right, but
Damn.
I just wanted to be white to have the freedom and wanted to be part of the cool kids. But then after
Yeah.
that, I also wanted to be black for a short while, just because Miles Morales. I just wanted the swagger
he's
of a
so
black
cool.
teen.
Yeah.
I just
He's
wanted.
pretty badass. Yeah.
Did you guys like get that reference? It was like
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like a YouTube video. It was like talking about Spider-Man, and he goes,
Oh,
"Yeah,
God.
Miles Morales. He has the swagger of a young black teen."
Oh man, but yeah, for me, when it comes to like being white, like I don't think I ever wanted to change race. It was just more I wanted to fit in. You know what I mean? Like kind of like when how you felt about wanting to be one of the cool kids due to the freedom, right, Sid? So like the only time I can really like remember was when I used to be in rock bands. All the rock bands I've been in, I was literally like the token Asian guy. I'll be honest, right?
Right.
And that's how the white kids saw me. And even at one point, one of my friends like, "Oh, he's an honorary white guy," and I'm like, "What?" Like I don't know. When he said that, that kind of made me question. I'm like, do I really want to be white? You know what I mean? That made me question and kind of like realize I'm like, well, I as much as I do like making music, I don't think I necessarily fit in here, but I do like these guys. You know what I mean? They were definitely like the white nerds, but to be called like an honorary white guy, it felt weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is that just me? Like, if I were to be called that,
100%.
Bro, of course, what do
Yeah,
you
and-
mean? That's
yeah.
fucked up, you know?
that's weird. I'm like,
they're just trying to get
oh.
the quota. Like they're just trying to get the diversity quota. They're just
Yeah,
we're
right?
diverse
And,
here.
like-
we have little Filipino boys, you know what I mean? Like one of those
pretty
vibes.
much.
Okay.
And- yeah.
What last?
What's up,
sorry,
Sid?
sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, and like it's funny because out of the three between me, Smasher, and our eldest brother, when it comes to like understanding Tagalog, I'm probably the worst at it. I'll be real about that,
Right.
right?
Mm.
And for that reason, my mom calls me white in that sense, right? So even my
Yeah.
mom calls me that, and I'm like, I don't know
Milo.
how to feel about that, right? Like because like I remember on my birthday, she's just like, oh, you're white, and I'm like, what do you mean by that? Mom was like, you don't speak Tagalog. I was like, well, neither do the other.
My
two.
little brother gets called that as
Call
a
me
weak.
that?
My little brother
Yeah, I'm
gets
like,
called
you-
that as well
I
because
was like,
he's
why don't
shit.
you give them that? Yeah, that's why I'm like, that kind of
Yeah,
pissed
but
me
your
off.
little
my
brother
mom.
lets me use his Disney Plus, so he's cool and
Yeah.
yeah.
But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much like my sort of thing being like white, you know what I mean? And you were gonna say, Sid?
Okay, I was gonna say, Steve, you can't really relate too much, but Hash, did you ever want to have like an ordinary white boy name?
No.
Genuinely, if my name was
Even though
hard to
Steve is on.
pronounce, yes, but my name was for white people. Hash exists. Hashtag. Does that make sense? So
Oh,
I've never had that,
No,
but
that's
Fair enough.
is your full name Hash, like actually Hash?
my name
Other
is
than she?
Hashim, right? That's my actual
Yeah,
name.
it's got Hashim.
But
Did-
I've
did no
never
one
ever
butcher
been,
it?
never in my life. Like, not my parents, no one has ever called me that. Not and uncle, auntie, my fucking anyone has always said.
No, but like not
Hash.
even school teachers and stuff. I'm
Nope,
talking about
not
school
a
teachers.
single
No?
person has called me
Okay.
that. Every single person has called me Hash.
I always wanted to have like a white boy name. I wanted to be a Sid. I wanted to be a
Sid is like
Steven.
white. There's white people called Sid, right?
yeah. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah.
But that's a nickname though.
That's true. That's
That's
true.
a nickname.
Yeah.
Like Sidan. Like
Zidane,
Sid.
yeah.
Like like how hard is to fucking pronounce it? Sid hand. Like just
yeah,
2 words.
yeah.
But like I used to like I want to be I want to be an Oliver. I want to be a
Yeah, right.
you know.
I'd be a
I wanna
Leon.
be a
Steven.
Steve.
I want to be a
Leon's
Roland.
kinda
You know what I
cool.
mean?
Leon's
Yeah.
quite hot, right?
Roland. Yeah. I want to be a Jerome. You know, like
Yeah.
just something ordinary, but
Jerome
is
gives
what
me
it
like psychopath vibes though. Do you guys have
Yo,
vibes
right? I
with
was about
names?
to
Yeah.
say.
Jerome
was
just
about to
reminds me of
say.
a psychopath.
Yeah.
there was a guy in my secondary school who was called Jerome, and he threw a chair at a teacher in year 5.
Psychopath. In year 5! What the
Yeah,
fuck?
whoa, what?
Year 5, you're
Goddamn.
10, 11.
He picked up a chair. No, he's not 10 and 11. He's 9, 10.
9, 10. It's fucking
Yeah,
young.
He picked up a chair and threw it at a teacher. And the
Fucking
funniest
hell.
thing was,
Christ.
everyone was scared of him in year 7, and everyone was telling me, "Oh yeah, don't mess with that guy. He threw a chair at a teacher. He's got anger issues, blah blah this and that." And
He's the
this
bad
guy just picked a fight with me, just out of nowhere. And I was just this kid that just did fuck all, like goody two shoes. And we ended up fighting about like 7 times in the year. And every
Damn.
time I put him in a headlock and gave him a noogie, and then he just
Nice.
he out of the 7 fights he never won. Like genuinely, never
Nicely
won.
done. Let's go, Sid.
Yeah, Sid always won. Yeah, he must have been
7-0.
He must
baby,
have
7-0.
undefeated,
Must have been, like, 4 feet
undefeated,
tall.
undefeated, undefeated.
I got a better track record than Logan Paul. I'm calling you out, bro. Okay, on that note, I'm gonna end the podcast there. Thank you guys for coming along. Hash, I'm gonna drop it back off to you.
Alright, so before we end, thank you so much for watching us, everyone. I'm going to quickly summarize for myself. I will be live tomorrow. Blowfish will be live tomorrow. He streams on Mondays. Give it up with 7 Thugs at that point, guys. He doesn't even know what streaming is at that point. We're not even what's embarrassing at this point. That's why he's flexing. You know what, Sid? Go gym. Just go gym.
Go to the gym.
Just
Go to the gym.
you know what? Don't embarrass yourself. But thank you so fucking much for watching us. We appreciate each and
Holy
every
shit,
one
I
of
look
you.
like Tyler one.
Yeah. His arms look
Get
nice.
outta
Let's not take
Get
credit
outta
away.
here,
His arms
Tyler
look
one.
nice.
You need to shave your head. You need to be more
My
bald.
t-shirt.
You need to.
Yeah,
be
take it
more
off.
bald,
Yeah.
bro. Take it.
Thank you for
Just rip it
watching.
off right before it ends.
I would stream after, but my brother-in-law's come down
Like
to do
this
shit,
t-shirt.
so but anyway, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I love all of you. Be safe.
Later.
Watch Blowfish. Love Sid. Be safe. Take it in a bit.